Michael, what's the difference, or if there is any difference, between a SPAC fairness opinion and any other kind of opinion given in a transaction?
For sure. The biggest differentiator, and I think this is kind of it can be hard for teams to wrap their head around sometimes, is that there's a lot more focus on the allocation component. Um, we've seen this, the market of opinion providers come to meet this requirement. Regulators are very focused on, how is the dilution affecting public shareholders, right? How is that at the other side of the transaction, pro forma for the deal? What does it look like down on a per share level as though I were, a public shareholder? So the biggest difference really is that you're not just comparing enterprise value to enterprise value. And I think in the early days of some SPAC fairness opinions, that was a reasonable enough approach. And I think it's become best practice to consider, down to the per share value as compared to my redemption price per share. Is the transaction fair? And that's really where we're seeing the regulatory attention, and where an opinion differs. There's a lot of assumptions. Obviously, there's a lot of structure on how you get to that allocation. You need to consider warrants. You need to consider any potential capital raised in the transaction, pipes, equity lines of credit, all that sort of thing. Debt and cash pro forma for the transaction. There's a little bit more focus there that I think on a typical fairness opinion may not be necessary to give an opinion of fairness. So that's really we're going to see the biggest difference.